Hello, everyone. I'm Kelly Covert from Symphoria, and we're here today at home with Symphoria and our principal clarinetist, Allan Kolsky. Allan, welcome.
Hi, Kelly. It's great to see you.
It's good to see you too. I miss you so much. I feel like this is as much face-to-face time as we've gotten in a while because usually you're behind me.
That's right.
Just looking at the back of my head.
That's right.
How are you doing these days?
We're doing fine. How about your family?
We're hanging in there. The boys are a little bummed that they don't get spring break,
Uh-huh.
but I let them sleep in really late today to make up for that. So, it's like a gift to both of us or to all of us. For me, I get like a little more time in the morning by myself and they get more time to sleep. It's a win-win. That's what I'm saying.
There's advantages.
Mhm.
It's different. Yeah.
100%, 100%. So we were talking before we went live about a special project that you're working on with some of your students. Why don't you let everyone know what that is?
Well, it's teaching music is a real challenge with the social distancing and all of that. But we're trying to get past that through technology. I'm trying to give individual lessons through Skype to a lot of my private students. And I teach 1 day a week at Hamilton College. So I've been doing some Skype lessons with some of my Hamilton students. But it's even more of a challenge. I'm coaching a clarinet trio there. And because of the time delay, it's not possible for us all to play at the same time. There's one student in California, there's another guy in Pennsylvania, and it can't work. But there's a website called bandlab.com where we can share audio files, and we're going to try to put together a trio that way. So their final project will be to produce this recording that they put together remotely instead of having a recital the way they normally would have.
Oh, that sounds like fun. You have to share it with us when
Yeah.
all is said and done, and we'll see if we can post that. So let's get to our hard-hitting questions this morning.
Okay.
Besides working on these projects, what are you practicing right now?
I'm practicing a lot of the same stuff I normally would, my scales and etudes and technical exercises and so forth. Since I'm all by myself, I've been doing a little bit of stuff with multi-tracking where you record yourself and then play along with yourself. So I've been doing trios and quartets and stuff just with clarinet.
That sounds like fun. Maybe I should think about that too. I've been getting a little tired of just hearing myself play.
It's not as good as playing in the same room with other people, but we have to make do.
Yeah, we're making do for now. If you weren't a professional clarinetist, what do you think you would be?
That's a hard question. I'm not sure that I've been doing this for so long, and I just think of myself as a musician. In high school, I really liked math and science. My dad was a scientist, actually, but I also I love literature. I've done some community theater in Syracuse. I did some acting with the Syracuse Shakespeare Festival, and that was a lot of fun working with those people. Some very talented community actors. But in a way that just kind of brings me back to why I love music so much. And for me, what's so special about music is that it's a way of sort of drawing in a whole lot of things that I really love. It's of course it's emotional and expressive, and that's the precious part about music. But it's also it's just pretty to listen to. It's beautiful. I think you and I as musicians we appreciate a beautiful clarinet sound or beautiful flute sound or trumpet tone the way a wine connoisseur would really appreciate a fine Cabernet or something. It's just beautiful to listen to on the surface like that. And then there's a whole intellectual side to music. If you listen to a Bach fugue or you follow the way Brahms combines his different themes together, there's a whole intellectual side that's very rewarding. And then it's a physical challenge. It's almost like we're athletes of the small muscles. We have to train every day. We're trying to push ourselves to the limit the way an athlete would, and that challenge can be very exciting and very rewarding. And then finally, maybe we're appreciating this more than we have at any time in our lives. That music is a fundamentally a social activity. It's a way of connecting with other people. We connect with each other on stage. We're connecting musically, trying to put something together, and then hopefully we're connecting with the audience too. And I can't wait to get back to that. So music is a way that combines all of these different interests and things that are important, and puts them all together in a way that's really unique and really special. That's why I'm still doing music after all these years.
Oh, I love that description. Thank you so much for sharing that. I say to my students all of the time that we are athletes, and they look at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, well, that's what we're doing. We're
Yes,
teaching our bodies how to do these really hard things. And then layering on top of that, the emotional piece and the intellectual piece and all of that. I really like that.
Yeah.
Now that you're home all day, every day, what is your favorite guilty pleasure right now?
Guilty pleasures. It's hard to choose. There are so many of them.
So many.
Basically, I feel guilty about all pleasure. So it's hard to choose.
Well, that's a whole other conversation that we need to have sometime.
maybe offline.
Right.
But I guess recently I just bought a whole large box of Pop-Tarts, and which I know I don't usually eat, but somehow I just had a craving for that, being stuck here.
That is a true guilty pleasure. And here, if you want to up level it, I will tell you how in the South, growing up, we ate Pop-Tarts.
How's that?
You toast them and then you put butter on top.
No.
Yes, and it's amazing. And now I'm going to be thinking about Pop-Tarts for the rest of the day.
Okay.
Try it, and you can try it and let me know. Okay, what are you listening to right now?
That I was just telling you before we started. My wife Ellen works at Menorah Park, and I've been helping her to prepare some iPods for some of the residents there. And so I've been listening to a lot of music that people living there really like. So a lot of big band charts and Ella Fitzgerald and some Broadway show tunes and stuff. I'm not big on Broadway myself, but I appreciate a really good Broadway singer, and we've been loading up the iPods with that music. So I guess I've been listening to a lot of that.
I feel like that music is also really joyful, which is nice in this time. Definitely. So this is a really important question that we need to know.
Okay.
How many rolls of toilet paper do you currently have in your house?
I haven't taken a precise inventory of that recently, but I guess based on standard usage in our household, I think we're going to be okay for the next couple of weeks at least.
Okay, whew, I can let go of my worries about that then. So we are really excited about next season. The music will happen. Things will get back to normal, a new normal maybe, but normal eventually, right? And so I'm really curious, what are you most looking forward to? What piece are you most looking forward to next season?
Well, there's some great clarinet pieces coming up, especially Tchaikovsky's Sixth has a beautiful clarinet solo in it. And it's one of my favorite pieces anyway. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece of music. Affliction Spring has some great clarinet stuff in there. But I think the one that I'm really excited about, because we don't get to do it very often, is Shostakovich 11. It's a powerful piece. When I first was playing in New Orleans, that was my first full-time job. Our music director was Maxim Shostakovich, Dmitri Shostakovich's son. And we did a lot of his music then. It was very exciting, and I think we did the 11th, but it's been 25 years or something since I played it. So I'm looking forward to playing that piece again. I'm glad Larry programmed it.
Me too. I'm looking forward to that too. And I actually already pulled out the piccolo part for that, and I'm glad that I started it early.
Yeah, it's hard music, isn't it?
It's really hard. It's really hard and very, very high. So I'll have to treat all of the second violinists to earplugs, courtesy the piccolo.
Great piccolo parts.
Oh, so good. The best, I think.
Yeah.
He really used the instrument, I feel like, the way it should be used. So
Absolutely.
loud and proud.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So each time that we have this, we're doing a round of lightning questions.
Okay.
And the beauty of this is in order to get you guys excited, and by you guys, I mean the people being interviewed. And also it makes my job a little easier. I'm having the last person who is here do the questions for this person. So you're having lightning round questions courtesy Sean O'Loughlin.
Uh-oh.
And for those of you who haven't seen Sean's interview from Monday, it's on the Facebook page and it's also on our YouTube page. So you can go check all of that there. And all of the videos, including Allan's beautiful etude that he shared with us, are all up on the Facebook page and our YouTube page. So you can go back and check that out. And I just want to note, for those who might not have realized, that the video that Allan shared with us, he did the whole thing with only one breath. He took a breath at the beginning and then did what is called circular breathing. And I was watching it. As I was watching it, I kept thinking to myself, darn you, Allan, take a breath.
It's a useful technique to know. It's something I worked out when I was in graduate school, and I've been using it my whole career.
Yeah, I've tried it. It's a little bit trickier on flute, and I just didn't have the perseverance to push through. So I'm very impressed by that. Okay, here are your lightning round questions. Who is on your Mount Rushmore of composers?
Oh, that's a great question. We got to have Mozart and Brahms because they're the top composers for clarinet. I mean, they're amazing composers anyway. I love Beethoven and Bach and Stravinsky. Do I get four? Is that the
Sure?
Limit?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You have to leave one out.
Boy, that's hard. I can't. I got to add an extra. I'll put Stravinsky on there too.
Okay, we'll put an additional head on the mountain there for you. I am excited about this question. What is your funniest moment you've ever experienced on stage during a performance?
Funniest moment. Let's see. There was one time we did a kids show in New Orleans where we were playing the Henry Mancini Baby Elephant Walk, which has a big E flat clarinet solo. I was playing E flat clarinet in that orchestra, and a friend of mine just reminded me that for that performance it was for a kids show. I got up on my chair and I was doing this big dance and stuff while I was playing, and the kids seemed to enjoy that. So.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you fell off. Okay, good.
No, I didn't fall. That's good. Fortunate.
Fortunate. All right. Yeah, I wish we had a video of that. That would be a good throwback.
Fortunately, it hasn't been recorded.
It's safe in your mind. What is your favorite movie score or soundtrack?
Movie score or soundtrack? That's a great question coming from Sean.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I was just listening to Miklos Rozsa's music to Ben-Hur and also to 50s movie. I can't remember the name of it, but I was doing a solo piece by Rozsa, who's a Hungarian American composer who wrote a lot for the movies. He won an Oscar for Ben-Hur, and it's a great score. Probably my best. Now to think about more, I would say "On the Town," the Leonard Bernstein. I just think it's a fabulous.
Oh, it's so good, isn't it?
Yeah.
So good. Yeah. What is the hardest piece of music you've ever performed?
Hardest piece of music I've ever performed. The Nielsen Concerto is the Nielsen Clarinet Concerto. Shulamit Ron monologue for solo clarinet is very difficult. It's a lot of hard. I find all music very hard. So,
well, that's interesting because I would say up on some of my top hardest pieces are also Nielsen Flute Concerto and the Shulamit Ron East Wind for solo flute. Same thing, like really, really challenging music.
Yeah, they're great music. Yeah.
So good, so worth it, worth all of the effort. Yeah. And last one, what is one thing that makes you smile?
Your sunny face, Kelly.
Oh, Allan, you're so kind.
The first thing that came to mind.
Of course. Well,
A good read would be another one.
Oh yeah, a good read. What are you reading right now?
No, I mean REED.
Oh,
A
REED.
clarinet
Oh,
read.
well,
So
well, that too.
yeah, that too. Yeah,
That too. See, things that piccolo players don't have to worry about.
that's great.
The Goodreads. Well, Allan, thank you so much for joining us today. We will be popping in to the comments throughout the day. If you have any questions, please go ahead and put your questions in. Let us know what you're excited about. Let us know how you eat your Pop Tarts. We're really curious about this now because I think Allan is questioning my Pop Tart.
On top of Pop-Tarts, that's pretty extreme.
Well, don't knock it till you try it. That's all I have to say. But thank you all for being here. Please join us back here Monday at 3:30 Eastern PM. We have another great interview with one of our musicians, Dana Hugie, and we will see you then. Take care.